Peru. Per capita, no country has buried more COVID-19 victims. The highly transmissible new Lambda variant has intensified the tragedy, combined with challenging local factors. Now, after months of lockdown, the country is opening up again, but Lambda hasn't gone away. And experts are raising the alarm about a potentially devastating third wave. Welcome to our COVID-19 special. I'm Monica Jones in Berlin. Good to have you with us. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, and now Lambda. The WHO so far classes it as a variant of interest. For Peruvians, it's much worse.
Peru's doctors have had enough. After putting their lives on the line, they want their government to protect them with a booster shot of the BioNTech Pfizer vaccine. We've been given Sinopharm, which is just 52% effective. We're at the cusp of the third wave. Health workers are in ICUs with a high viral load. The Health Ministry insists there is no clinical proof a third shot will help. It's a sensitive subject in the country with the highest death toll per capita in the world. That's down in large part to the little-known Lambda variant, which accounts for more than 97% of cases. For the moment, there is no evidence to suggest a more aggressive behaviour for the Lambda variant. It is possible that the transmission capability is increased. Peru's plight has not been helped by months of political unrest, which has seen mass protests. In recent weeks, authorities have upped the ante in the race to inoculate the country. Vaccine centres were opened up through the night as part of a campaign to encourage take-up. 36 uninterrupted hours of vaccination, so that we don't have any excuse for not going to get immunised. The vaccine is life. The vaccine protects us. Outside a morgue, healthcare workers gather again, this time to pay their respects to a colleague who reportedly died from COVID-19.
Now for more, I'm joined by Pablo Tsukayama. He's a microbiologist and international fellow at the Cayetano Heredia University in Lima. And he's been tracking the spread of the Lambda variant across Peru, where the variant was first discovered. So good to have you with us. So please tell me, what do we know by now about this variant? How exactly does it differ from the other ones that exist already?
Right. I guess the main concern here is how little we know about it. And it's not something special about this variant, but where it's coming from Latin America. So nowadays we have around 2.5 million viral sequences that are available online. However, less than 3% of those are from South America. So our capacity to investigate which variants are circulating or are emerging in the region is quite limited. So we have been reporting on Lambda since April. As you mentioned, it's something that originated in Peru, probably in late 2020. And this coincides with a rise in cases and deaths that we've seen not only in Peru, but all over South America. So the rise of Lambda in Peru, in Chile, and Argentina, and other places also coincides with massive second waves of the disease that have been worse than the first, and all the region is just coming out of that. So we've had very long, very sustained high peaks of transmission, and it is possible that this Lambda variant, along with the Gamma variant from Brazil, are the ones that are mostly responsible for this new wave of COVID cases in South America.
Right, but what you're saying also implies that the Lambda variant is definitely then more contagious than the other ones that have been around, if there's a correlation between the spikes and also, sadly, the number of deaths.
Yes, so very rapidly, from the first case that we detected in December, the Lambda variant became the dominant variant in Peru by March. It was already 50% of all the cases in Lima, the capital city, and by April, it was already 80% of all the cases. So this rapid increase from less than 1 in 100 to being 80% of all the cases in the country strongly suggests that Lambda is indeed a more transmissible variant. Otherwise, there's no way to explain it. And this has happened in the presence of other more transmissible variants like Gamma or Alpha, which are already circulating in the region. We need to do more follow-up experiments to demonstrate its higher transmissibility. But again, early evidence suggests that it is indeed more transmissible. And it can put up a fight with Gamma and Alpha. And now we will see how it behaves against Delta now that it has entered the region.
And because you just mentioned Delta, I mean, the Delta variant has already caused havoc in India. It is now pretty much the dominant variant throughout of Europe. And we already have reports about the Lambda variant reaching other parts outside of Latin America, including Europe. Do you expect bigger problems there? I mean, how should we prepare?
Unfortunately, there's no specific measures that one can take about specific variants. And much of the vaccinated world and Western Europe and the US are already making strategies to cope with Delta, which is mostly getting vaccinated. But yes, indeed, Lambda has been reported outside Latin America. It has likely being exported through travelers going to North America and to Europe. And we are already seeing evidence of sustained transmission locally in places like the UK, Spain, France, and especially Germany. There's a lot of sequences coming from Germany that indicate that it's already present in multiple regions, and there's already sustained transmission. So we'll have to see how it keeps evolving and whether it can overcome Delta in these places, although it is already evident that Delta is the dominant form in Europe, so it will be hard to topple that.
Yeah, but given that the Lambda variant is a very serious one and really causing problems in Latin America and Peru particularly, what do you make of the WHO so far only talking about a variant of interest, not yet a variant of concern? Does that concern you?
I mean, it is certainly concerning for us. It is what we believe has caused the most trouble in Peru in the last few months. The fact that it is only considered a variant of interest is mostly because we have little evidence about it, because as a whole has not done all the follow-up experiments that you would expect to confirm all these properties. So now that it's been designated as a variant of interest, more labs that have access to better tests and better infrastructure will start conducting all these tests and experiments and new studies that are designed to prove whether Lambda is indeed more transmissible, if it's more virulent, or if it has some immune escape properties. So we'll see about that. But certainly it is a concern in the region. And now most countries in the region are coming down of the second peak of cases. But with low vaccination rates, we are expecting a third peak in the winter. And we will see whether it is Delta or Lambda or Gamma, the one that ends up dominating. And I guess we'll find out the hard way if things continue the way it's been for 2021. Really, the situation in Latin America has been quite tragic. And we expect some more waves of COVID before the end of the year until we reach massive vaccination rates.
Well, worrying outlook there, but thank you so much, Pablo Tsucayamo, fellow at the University Cayetano Heredia in Peru. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Now, Derek Williams is also tackling one of your questions about the trouble with variants. Here it is.
Will COVID-19 variants just grow stronger and stronger over time?
This is a tough question to answer because it assumes that evolution is predictable, which it isn't. Mutation happens randomly in virus genomes as they replicate. And the physical changes that those genetic changes end up causing in the virus is what we mean when we talk about it evolving. A tiny fraction of those mutations, by just by sheer dumb luck, they'll provide variants with evolutionary advantages of some kind. A big advantage, as we've seen, for instance, with the alpha and the delta variants of SARS-CoV-2, is if a variant becomes more transmissible for some reason. But transmissibility can increase for a range of reasons. One is, say, that a variant is able to get your cells to make a lot more of it than your average workaday SARS-CoV-2 virus can. Another would be if a variant were able to remain viable longer in the environment, hence increasing its chances of infecting someone. So very different reasons, same effect. See what I mean about predicting this stuff? So when you say stronger and stronger, which I assume means causing worse and worse disease, then you have to start by asking whether doing so would provide a variant with an evolutionary advantage of some kind. And it's hard to see how it would. A lot of virologists say a more optimal combination of traits for a virus is to grow eventually more transmissible, but at the same time less deadly, because if a pathogen doesn't kill people, they're going to be around to spread it to others, and they're more likely to let down their guard and infect each other with it. So, though we can't predict with any certainty what future SARS-CoV-2 variants will look like, many experts expect them to spread more easily but cause less severe disease. It could well be that within 10 or 20 years, getting COVID-19 won't be any worse for the average person than, say, catching a cold is today. But because evolution isn't predictable, that's just a hopeful guess.
Good guess, though. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.